Hello, and welcome back to Gentle English, the podcast. I'm Anna, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. This is a safe place to listen, to practice, and to grow. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. And you already did that, so well done. Today's episode is a little special. We are going to spend the whole episode together, from the very first moment of the morning all the way to the quiet end of the night. You will hear short, clear sentences. Simple English, spoken slowly and gently. This is your chance to listen carefully and, if you want, to shadow me. That means you repeat what I say just after me. You copy my voice, my rhythm, my words. Shadowing is one of the best ways to improve your English. It trains your ears, it trains your mouth, it builds your confidence. And the more you do it, the more natural English will start to feel. So here is what I'd like you to do today. Find a comfortable place. Maybe you are sitting at home. Maybe you are on a bus or a train. Maybe you are taking a walk. Wherever you are, that is the perfect place to practice. Just listen, follow my voice, and whenever you feel ready, speak along with me. We are going to go through a whole day together. Morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Every part of the day has its own feeling, its own energy, its own small moments. And in English, we have beautiful, simple words for all of them. Are you ready? Take a breath, relax your shoulders, and let's begin. It is early morning. The world is quiet. The light is soft. And somewhere, a new day is beginning. The sun is rising. The sky slowly changes. First, it is dark. Then it turns gray. Then it turns pink and orange. It is a gentle light, a soft, warm light. I open my eyes slowly. My room is still. Everything is calm. I can hear the birds. They are singing outside my window. Their voices are small and sweet. It is a beautiful sound to wake up to. My alarm goes off. It rings. It is not a loud, scary sound. It is just a gentle reminder. Time to wake up. A new day is here. I reach over and turn it off. I lie still for one more moment. I am not in a hurry. I just breathe. I feel the warmth of my blanket. I feel the softness of my pillow. Then, slowly, I sit up. I stretch my arms wide. I stretch my legs. My body wakes up little by little. I yawn, a big, long yawn. It feels good. My body is telling me it is ready. I get out of bed. My feet touch the floor. It is cool beneath my feet. I walk slowly to the window. I pull back the curtain. Light comes into the room. Soft morning light. It fills the space with a golden glow. I look outside. The street is quiet. The trees are still. The sky is clear and wide. I open the window a little. Cool, fresh air comes in. It touches my face. It smells clean, like dew on the grass, like the start of something new. I breathe it in deeply. I close my eyes for a second. I feel grateful for this morning, for this air, for this day that is just beginning. Outside, I see my neighbor. He is already in his garden. He is watering his plants. He moves the hose gently over the flowers. He is wearing old slippers and a comfortable shirt. He looks relaxed. He looks peaceful. He sees me at the window. He waves. I smile and wave back. Children walk past on the street below. Some walk slowly. Some run. One girl is eating an apple as she walks. Two boys laugh loudly about something. A woman pushes a stroller. She hums to her baby softly. Her voice is kind and gentle. A man rides his bicycle past. He wears a bright jacket. He moves quickly but looks happy. He rings his bell as he passes a friend. The street is full of small, ordinary moments, and every one of them is beautiful. I turn away from the window and go to the bathroom. The tiles are cool under my feet. I look in the mirror. My hair is messy. My eyes are still a little sleepy. I smile at myself anyway. Good morning. I brush my teeth, up and down, slowly and carefully. I rinse. I feel fresh. I feel awake. I wash my face. The water is cool. I dry my face with a soft towel. I look in the mirror again. Yes, I'm ready. I walk to the kitchen. Even before I get there, I can smell it. Coffee. Warm, strong, comforting coffee. My mother makes it every morning. It is one of my favorite smells in the world. My mother is at the stove. She is cooking eggs. The pan makes a soft sizzling sound. She is also toasting bread. 2 slices, golden and warm. She hums while she cooks. She always does that. My father is already at the table. He is sitting in his usual chair. He holds a cup of coffee in both hands. He reads the news. He turns the page slowly. He sips his coffee. He nods to himself like he is agreeing with something. He looks up and says, "Good morning." I say, "Good morning, Dad." His voice is warm, calm. It is the kind of voice that makes you feel safe. I hear the shower running. My brother is in the bathroom. He sings while he showers. He always does. I don't think he knows how loud he is, but it makes me smile. We sit down to eat. The table is small, but it feels full. Full of food, full of family, full of warmth. There is toast with butter. There are eggs. There is tea. There is fruit. We eat and we talk. My father says the weather looks nice today. My mother reminds my little sister to take her umbrella, just in case. My sister looks at her phone and says, "It's not going to rain." My father just smiles. My little brother knocks over his glass of juice. It spills across the table. Everyone says, "Oh no," but then nobody is angry. We just laugh. We clean it up together. My mother hands him a cloth. He says sorry. She pats his head. This is the morning. These are the small moments that make a family. After breakfast, I take my plate to the sink. I wash it quickly. I dry my hands on the kitchen towel. Then I go back to my room to get ready. I check the clock. It is almost 8. I don't have much time. I pack my bag. I put in my notebook. I put in a pen. I add a snack, just something small for later. I fill my water bottle and put it in the side pocket. I zip the bag closed. I put on my shoes. I tie the laces. I check my jacket. I put it on. I check my phone. I check my keys. They are in my pocket. I am ready. I walk to the door. I call out, "Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad." My mother says, "Have a good day." My father says, "Take care." My sister says, "Don't forget your lunch." I grab it from the counter and hold it up. "Got it," I smile. I open the front door. The air is fresh. The morning light is clear and bright now. The sky is a soft blue. Leaves move gently in the breeze. Everything feels clean and new. I take one deep breath. Then I start walking. The street is alive with morning energy. People are walking to work. Some talk on their phones. Some walk quickly. Some stop to buy a coffee from a small cart on the corner. A dog trots happily beside its owner. Children cross the road with their school bags bouncing on their backs. I walk to the bus stop. On the way, I pass a small bakery. The smell is incredible. Fresh bread, warm pastry, the lights inside are golden. Through the window, I can see someone behind the counter arranging cakes. It looks beautiful. I reach the bus stop. A few people are already waiting. An older gentleman stands quietly, reading a folded newspaper. A young woman speaks on the phone in another language. Her voice is fast and expressive. A teenager stands with headphones on, nodding gently to music. We all wait together, quietly, each in our own world, but sharing the same small space. Then I hear it, the bus. It comes around the corner. It hisses as it slows down. The doors open. We step on one by one. I say hello to the driver. He nods and gives a small smile. I tap my card. The machine beeps. I walk to the back. I find a seat by the window. I sit down. I put my bag on my lap. I look out. The bus moves through the town slowly. I watch the streets pass by. I see a man sweeping the pavement outside his shop. I see two friends laughing over coffee at a small table outside a cafe. I see a child waving from an upstairs window. I wave back. The bus crosses a small bridge. I look down. Below, there is a river. The water is calm and still. Ducks float in small groups. They move slowly, peacefully. I watch them until the bridge ends. This is my stop. I press the button. The bus slows. I stand up, put my bag over my shoulder, and say, "Thank you," to the driver. He says, "Have a good one." I step off. I walk toward my building. It is a tall building with large windows. In the morning, the light reflects off the glass, and it looks almost like it is glowing. I see a colleague at the entrance. Her name is Sarah. She smiles and says, "Morning." I smile back. "Good morning, Sarah." We walk in together. The hallway is quiet. Some lights are on. Somewhere upstairs, I can hear footsteps. I go to my desk. I take off my jacket. I hang it on the back of my chair. I sit down slowly. I breathe. The day is beginning now, properly beginning. I turn on my computer. It hums softly. The screen lights up. I type my password. I open my email. There are several new messages waiting. One is from my manager. She is asking for a report. I write it down so I don't forget. Another is from a client. He has a question about a project. I read each one carefully before I do anything. I reply to the emails one by one. I take my time. I write clearly. I check my words before I send. Send, send, send. My coworker John walks past with a cup of coffee. He says, "Busy morning?" I say, "Getting there." He laughs softly and keeps walking. I open my notebook. I check my to-do list for today. There are several things to do. I start with the most important one, the report. I open the file. I read through it. I fix a few small mistakes. I add a little more detail in one section. I read it one more time. It looks good. I save the file. I send it to my manager. Done. A few minutes later, she replies, "This looks great. Thank you." I feel a small wave of satisfaction. That quiet feeling of, I did that. I finished something. It feels good. At 10:30, it is time for a break. I stand up. I stretch my arms above my head. I roll my neck slowly. My back is stiff. The stretching feels wonderful. I walk to the small kitchen. Sarah is already there. She is making coffee. The smell fills the whole room. She offers me a cup. "Thank you," I say. I hold the warm cup in both hands. I breathe in the smell. Jane comes in with a small box of biscuits. She made them last night, she says. She opens the box. The smell is sweet and warm. We all take one. John walks in too. He eats a biscuit in one bite and says something funny. Everyone laughs. The room feels light, happy. We talk for a little while. Sarah tells us about a film she watched over the weekend. Jane says she loved the same film. John has never heard of it and pretends to be offended. We laugh again. These 15 minutes feel easy and warm. This is not just a break from work. It is a reminder that the people around us matter, that small conversations matter, that laughter matters. After the break, we all go back to our desks. At noon, there is a team meeting. I gather my notebook. I check the agenda. I write down one question I want to ask. I feel prepared. We all sit around the large table. 6 of us today. Our manager begins. She talks about the current project, where we are, what still needs to be done. She is clear. She is calm. She is kind. John asks a question. Sarah shares an idea. Jane draws something on the whiteboard to explain a point. I share my thoughts when the time comes. My voice is steady. My words are clear. Our manager says, "Good thinking, team." We smile. The meeting ends at 12:30. I go back to my desk. I am hungry now. I take my lunchbox from my bag. I walk to the break room. The room smells like warm food. Someone has heated soup. Someone else is eating noodles. The sound of forks and spoons, of soft conversation, it fills the room in a comfortable way. I sit down. Sarah is already there. She has a sandwich neatly wrapped. Jane joins us. She has rice and vegetables in a bright container. I open my lunchbox. I made pasta last night with tomato sauce and a little cheese. It still smells good, even cold. I have a small salad, too, and an apple for later. John arrives last. He looks in his bag, then looks up with a helpless expression. "I forgot my fork," he says. We all laugh. Jane passes him a spare one from her bag. He says, "You are a lifesaver." She says, "I know." We eat, we talk, we rest. Sarah tells us about a music concert she went to on Saturday night. The band was called River Sound. She says the music was loud and wonderful. John says he loves that band. They talk about favorite songs. Jane asks about the venue. I listen and smile. This is one of the nicest parts of the working day. This quiet, simple meal shared with people you like. It doesn't have to be exciting, it just has to be real. After lunch, I clean up. I wash my container. I dry my hands. I throw away a napkin. Before going back inside, I step outside for a few minutes. There is a small park across the road. I walk there slowly. The sun is warm on my face. The sky is clear and open. I sit on a bench. A man plays with his 2 children nearby. They kick a ball back and forth. He claps every time one of them makes a good kick. A woman reads under a tree. A dog sniffs along the path beside its owner. I close my eyes for a moment. I feel the sun. I feel the breeze. I feel still. This is my reset, my small, quiet moment before the afternoon. I check the time. 1:30. I stand up. I go back inside. The afternoon is softer than the morning. The office is quieter now. People are focused. There is a steady, calm energy. Everyone is working. Some type, some read, some speak quietly on the phone. I sit at my desk. I check my list. A few more things to finish. I open a new document, a new project. I read the brief carefully. Then I begin to write, slowly, thoughtfully, word by word. I take small sips of water from my bottle. The bottle sits beside my keyboard. The water is cool and refreshing. I like having it close. My phone rings. A client calls. She speaks carefully. She has a question about a document she received. I listen to everything she says before I speak. Then I say, "Of course, let me check that for you. Just one moment." I find the answer. I explain it slowly. She thanks me. I say, "Anytime." I put the phone down. I make a small note. The afternoon moves gently. I answer 2 more emails. I tidy my desk. I put away pens. I file away papers. I wipe the surface clean. It looks neat, ordered. It feels good to have a clean space. I check tomorrow's schedule. There is one meeting in the morning. I write it in my notebook so I don't forget. I take a short walk to the kitchen. I fill my water bottle. I stretch at the window. The sky outside is still blue. A pigeon sits on the ledge. It bobs its head and looks at me. I look back at it. We consider each other for a moment. Sarah walks past. She says, "Nearly time." I nod, "Nearly." At 4:45, I start to finish. I complete the last task. I close my open files. I check my email one more time. Nothing urgent. Good. I shut down my computer. The screen goes dark. I feel a quiet satisfaction. The day's work is done. I stand. I stretch. I put on my jacket. I pick up my bag. I turn off my desk lamp. John waves. "Night," he says. Sarah says, "See you tomorrow." I smile. "Take care, both of you." I walk to the door. I leave the office. The evening air is different from the morning. It is cooler, softer. The sun is lower in the sky now. It casts long golden shadows across the street. The light is warm and orange. The sky is full of color. I walk slowly. There is no rush now. The streets are busy with people going home. Everyone moves with a kind of quiet tiredness. A good tiredness. The tiredness of a day well lived. I pass a flower stall. The flowers are bright and beautiful. Red, yellow, white, pink. They sit in buckets of water, fresh and colorful. The man selling them smiles at each person who stops. He wraps flowers carefully. He hands them over gently. I see a bakery with warm lights inside. People are buying bread for dinner. A little girl holds a paper bag with a pastry inside. She walks carefully, as if it is something very precious. I reach the bus stop. A small group of people waits. An older woman sits on the bench, her shopping bags arranged neatly beside her. A young man listens to music. A girl hums quietly to herself. The bus comes. The doors open with a breath of air. I step inside, and I greet the driver. He says, "Evening." I tap my card. I find my seat by the window. The bus moves through the town. Street lights are beginning to come on, one by one. The sky grows deeper in color. Dark blue now, with just a line of orange at the horizon. I look out the window. I feel peaceful. I feel ready to go home. This is my stop. I press the button. I say thank you to the driver. He says, "Take care." I step off the bus. I walk down my street. The houses are quiet. Warm light glows behind curtains. A cat sits on a garden wall. It watches me walk past with calm yellow eyes. I reach my door. I take out my keys. I unlock the door. I step inside. I take off my shoes and leave them by the mat. I hang my jacket on the hook. The warmth of the house wraps around me. I can smell dinner cooking, something warm and full of flavor. Garlic, rice, something on the stove. It smells like home. My mother is in the kitchen. She says, "Welcome back." I say, "Thanks, Mom. It smells wonderful." She smiles and says, "Dinner is almost ready." My little sister runs in from the other room. She holds up a drawing she made at school today. It is a picture of our house, with the sun above it and flowers in the garden. She says, "Do you like it?" I say, "I love it. It's beautiful." She beams with pride. I put my bag in my room. I wash my hands. I feel the warm water. I dry them on the towel. Then I go back to the kitchen. My sister is stirring a pot. Steam rises gently. She hums. The kitchen smells warm and delicious. I sit at the table and feel the day slowly leave my body. My mother sets the table. She places each plate carefully. She folds the napkins. She lights a small candle in the center of the table. The flame is soft. The light is gentle. My father comes in from outside. He has been in the garden. He is brushing soil from his hands. He says the roses are growing well this year. He washes his hands at the sink. He dries them. He kisses my mother on the cheek. She smiles without turning around. My little brother brings his favorite toy to the table. He asks if the toy can sit with us for dinner. We laugh. My mother says, "Just for tonight." He looks very satisfied. My older brother arrives home. He has been at the gym. He is tired but cheerful. He fills a glass of water and drinks it all at once. We sit down together. We eat rice and chicken. There is salad, warm bread, and a bowl of yogurt. Everything is simple. Everything is good. We talk while we eat. My father tells us about his day at work. My sister tells a funny story. A lost dog followed her for 3 whole streets before she found its owner. Everyone laughs. My brother talks about the gym. My mother listens to everyone with a quiet smile. My little brother eats slowly and drops some food on the floor. He says, "Oops." No one is cross. We just help him clean it up. That is what families do. After dinner, we clean up together. I wash the plates. My sister dries them. My brother stacks them away. My father makes tea with sugar for Mum, plain for me, and warm milk for my little brother. We move to the sitting room. We sit, we drink, slowly. The television plays soft music. The room is warm and low lit. The candle from dinner is still burning. My mother sits in her favorite chair with a book. My father scrolls through his phone. He says it might rain tomorrow. My sister plays with the cat. It leaps and tumbles and makes everyone laugh when it hides in an empty bag. I call my grandmother. She lives far away in another city. She answers on the second ring. Her voice is warm and clear. She says, "I was just thinking of you." I smile. We talk for about 10 minutes. I ask about her garden. She tells me the tomatoes have grown very large this year. She asks about work. I say it is going well. She says, "I'm so proud of you." I feel a quiet warmth inside, the kind that only grandmothers can give. We say good night. I tell her I love her. She says the same. Before I get ready for bed, I go outside for a short walk. The street is calm now. The sky is deep blue and the stars are beginning to appear. Street lights glow orange along the pavement. The air is cool and fresh. There is the faint smell of grass and night flowers. I see my neighbor in his garden again. He is doing the last bits of watering. He looks up and says, "Beautiful evening, isn't it?" I say, "Yes, very peaceful." He nods and smiles. Down the road, some children are still riding their bikes. They wear helmets. They call out to each other and laugh. Their mother watches from the gate. She waves at me. I wave back. I walk slowly. I don't think about anything in particular. I just notice things. The sound of someone cooking through an open window, the warm light from a living room, a cat sitting perfectly still under a lamp post. I breathe in, I breathe out. I feel calm. I feel grateful. I turn and walk back home. I step back inside. I take off my shoes. I hang my jacket. I say, "I'm back." My sister answers from the sofa, "Welcome back." She is watching a film with a blanket around her shoulders. The house is quieter now. My mother has finished in the kitchen. The lights are low. My father is reading in the corner chair, his glasses on, the lamp beside him. I go to check on my little brother. He is in his pajamas, sitting on the edge of his bed. He looks up at me with big eyes. He says, "Will you read me a story?" I say, "Of course." I sit beside him. He pulls his blanket up over his knees. I open the storybook. Tonight it is about a little bird who travels all around the world looking for the perfect tree to sleep in. I read slowly. My voice is soft. He listens with his whole body. His eyes are wide. Then his eyes grow heavy. I reach the end of the story. He yawns the biggest yawn. I close the book. I say, "Good night." He says, "Good night. Thank you." I turn off the light. The room is dark and quiet. He closes his eyes. Within moments, he is asleep. I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. The water is cool and gentle. I look in the mirror. I look a little tired, but I look peaceful. I walk quietly to my room. I turn on the small lamp on my bedside table. It gives a soft, warm glow. I check my phone. One last message from a friend. It says, "Hope your day was good. Sleep well." I smile. I write back, "It was. You too." I put my phone down. I open my notebook. I write just one sentence, the way I always do at the end of the day. Just one sentence. Tonight, I write, "Today was a gentle day." I close the notebook. I stretch my arms one last time. I open the window just a little. The night air comes in, cool, still, quiet. I close the curtains. I pull back the blanket. I lie down. The pillow is soft. The blanket is warm. I feel the weight of the day settle. Not a heavy weight, a good weight. The weight of a day that was full and real and lived. I close my eyes. Outside, the world is still. A dog barks somewhere far away. A car moves slowly down the street. The wind moves through the leaves of the tree by the window. The sounds are small, gentle. They don't wake you. They carry you. The stars are out. The moon shines quietly above the rooftops. The whole street is resting. The whole city is resting, and so am I. I breathe in slowly. I breathe out slowly. I feel thankful for the morning light, for the coffee smell, for laughter at the table, for good work done, for the warmth of home, for a grandmother's voice, for a child's drawing, for a quiet evening walk, for this moment, right now. Everything is still. Everything is peaceful. Good night, world. Good night, everyone. Good night. And that, my friend, is the end of our practice together today. You just spent a full hour listening to real, flowing English. You followed a whole day from the very first ray of morning light all the way to the quiet of the night. That is not a small thing. That is real practice. That is real progress. Every time you sit down and listen, even when it feels easy, even when it feels simple, you are building something inside you. You are training your ears. You are training your brain. You are making English feel more natural, more comfortable, more yours. I want you to remember something. You don't need to understand every single word. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. One day at a time, one sentence at a time, one breath at a time. And if you shadowed today, if you repeated after me, even quietly, even just a few times, then you practiced your speaking too. That takes real courage, and I am proud of you for doing it. Come back and listen again another day. The more times you hear these kinds of conversations, the more natural they will feel. And one day soon, you will find the English words coming to you without effort, naturally, easily, gently. That is the gentle English way. I'm Anna. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourself, keep practicing, and always, always believe in how far you have already come. Until next time, goodbye for now.